Yep. Gotta go with the flow.
Are they both on?
Yeah, right now. God.
Alright, man. Yes, man. So we're gonna roll in the spirit.
Yeah.
By open up by giving all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach
Give our double honors to our elders and our apostles that taught us this truth, and a salute to all the sincere elect out there. Keep pushing, stay in the fight. You can see light at the end of the tunnel, Lord willing. Keep up the prayers, and whatever you do, just keep doing it, right? And become perfect at it, Lord willing. That's the idea.
That's the mastery. Strive for the mastery.
Yep. So in the time of Jacob's trouble, apostates, sellouts, and agents. The topic for today's lesson is tearing down strongholds with the power and spirit of the Lord, and that's what the Most High has given us something. Whether you're aware of it or you're not aware of it, the Most High has given us a certain amount of leverage, and it's only comes with this truth. So bring out the scripture. What you got, Baba Gushar?
Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High."
All these other Goyim nations, nations, heathen nations, they need. What do they say? They need something to hide behind, man. Right? And at the time of the KKK, this has just come to me in the spirit. The time of the KKK in the 50s, the 40s, and going back to the 18th century when they was pursuing Jake, they all was masked up. They had to hide. They had a mask, and a lot of them were your teachers in schools. A lot of them were your doctors, so-called professional people, doctors, lawyers, people that deliver your milk. These were those people that were the KKK lynching Jake, and they always had something to hide behind. But this truth, getting to the point. As a matter of fact, read that one again. Read 4 and then read 5.
This is 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4. It says, "The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds."
Yeah, because they've tried in so many ways, directly and indirectly, to stop this truth. Right? And who are we? We ain't got no military. We ain't got no what they call it, stealth bombers and all that.
Army defense
armies. What they got, drones now. They got AI now in their arsenal. And they're still scared. They're still shivering. Don't get it twisted with that Nero 47. He's a coward too, and he's gonna end up running for cover when it all goes, when the shit hits the fan. But that's the point there. They need weapons to hide behind. They've tried to delete they've tried to throw this in the ditch, this truth. And I was in the spirit too. Who knows what they've tried to do that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
I don't know if you hear sometimes helicopters going over your house.
Oh yeah.
Not that we're paranoid. We're not paranoid, but we're just very aware.
Absurd hours.
Yeah.
Be like 2 a.m., 12 a.m. Just have that random. Well, I say random, but of course Esau has his intentions through the Most High's will. He programs him to do this stuff as well. Where he just, the helicopter comes through, it just hovers there, whatever it's trying to do. Esau's got some bad intentions, as the scripture saying in Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 10, never trust thine enemy. There's always something behind the scenes, man, that Esau's got. But of course, it's all being revealed. You've got the files that have been exposed as well. That's just one aspect of things. All the things, especially, of course, again, another example is also the spraying of the skies. That's been revealed as well.
Yeah.
Esau and whatever he's intended to do, it's all going to be revealed at the end of the day, man. Yeah.
Directly and indirectly, they're throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
But the more spiritual you are, the more you're probably aware of it. And as you say, it will be revealed. Some of us have we've walked through the valley of the shadow of death. We've actually did that. Look, we're gonna find out. I think you said it in one of our videos that if we could see the spirit world, man, and even one of our brothers said it as well in our camp. One of the elders, captain, he said it. If we could see the spirit world, we go through. We're just in our daily navigation. the gritting of the teeth. I want to get my hands on him, and the spirit of the angels just there protecting you.
Yeah.
And I've got one testimony. I'm going to bring it up, but finish reading this, and I'm going to bring out that. It's only a little quick testimony, but it just reminds me of a couple of things. What?
Yeah. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty."
Hold on a minute. We could just skip over that, but look up the word mighty.
Yeah.
Look up the word mighty, because you hear about mighty men. Oh, that's a mighty man. He's tall. That's what you might think, though. You know, if you imagine something.
Yeah.
He's tall. He's got big muscles, and you know, today, what you got today? What we got today?
Ronnie Coleman or something.
Okay, Ronnie. He's a mighty man. He would be a mighty man. A carnal mighty man. Anthony Joshua would be a carnal mighty man today, in the image. But look up the word, and then we're going to come back to these carnal examples that I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Just going to the word.
So this is the root word.
Strong's G 1415. Dunatas.
It says here in the outline of biblical usage, able. So what mighty means? It means able, powerful, mighty, strong, mighty in wealth and influence, strong in soul,
Right.
to bear calamities and trials, and with fortitude and patience.
Boy, so when I'm going to say another thing what Captain said, because something stay with you. When, Lord willing, we get those crowns, that's the spiritual gold, the spiritual goal. When you finish the race, it's going to be personal for your whole shy with the individual.
Yeah.
And it's good to even think like that. It's good to think like that. That's a good. I like. That's a good thought. You going to say something?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, the crowning ceremony.
Yeah.
I believe Captain did mention it. It's going to be personal for each brother, as he said, because every brother has their custom-made affliction. Rightfully so, of course. Every brother, in the crowning ceremony, they're going to get their custom-made crown, as well as, of course, through Yahweh Shem Yashai, we'll see what would happen will happen. But the point is that every brother's affliction will deserve their rightful crowning ceremony.
Yeah, the ceremony, along with the attention from the ultimate warrior. Because what they call them, corporals and sergeants and veterans, they want the attention of their to get their badges and their, what they call them, their medals, and they go up. Similar with when you go and get your G, what they call it, when you get your letters, when you get that thing they put on your head, you go in this graduation. Similar, they want the what do you say, the acknowledgement of their teachers, the ones that be teaching them, and the teachers glad to, they be proud of them, because they say he was he was from the school or the college. What's some of these modern day colleges today?
Cambridge, Oxford.
Yeah, he graduated from college, and that gives them a good reputation, a good name. Yeah, we got graduates from this college. That means the teachers are good. Yeah. It's a good program. It's effective, and we're pushing out good prospects into the world. So your whole shy, that's where that makes it personal when you think on it like that. Your whole shy is going to be proud of you. It's the crown, but there's going to be proud. It's angels are going. What's the scripture? Let me just calm down a little bit, slow it down. Now the juices are flowing. There's more joy in the heavens than one repentant sinner than 99 righteous men. If the spirit wants to come out, it can come out. But the point is, we don't look at ourselves as mighty men. We don't look at ourselves as mighty. But you're doing your little thing. You're doing your due. You're doing what you can do in the spirit. And what you can't do, that's what the Lord is going to help you to do. And it's building momentum. But so we looked up that word. Look up some more little words in there, if there's any more. Sure.
So, there's for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, mighty. What about strongholds?
Yeah, so the weapons of our warfare are mighty. We was looking into the word mighty, and was looking into the meanings of the word. Some of those meanings.
Oh, you say if I got more?
If there's more, because it's good to spend time on it. Because I just done my little video. I hope the Most High bless it helps. I hope hope brothers watch it. I hope people, you get your little views. You don't. Most of us don't get a lot of views, man.
Yeah.
Right, and even what views you may get, if you get 20, they may give you 5. If you get, you know what I'm saying, shadow banding.
Yeah, he cuts it down.
Just to lower your morale, which is all in the spirit anyway. Because the Most High wants to keep us grounded.
Yeah.
Another way, Most High's got ways to keep us grounded.
True.
Too. But the ultimate, as you say, the ultimate graduation, it's not, we don't care about views anyway. It's not even about that. The ultimate graduation is getting those crowns and getting the, how you say, approval.
Bidding to the marriage.
Approval, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Approval of our pioneer, our teacher, Yahushua.
That's the ultimate.
Getting the approval, yeah. The crowns are beautiful. The approval, it's the approval of the Most High. The attention, and He's gonna give us some words. He's gonna put some words in us.
Yeah.
So that's gonna fuel us. Right. Let me just carry on with that. If there's any more about the show. This might, Lord willing, this might be just a little we just want to put this vibration out there to any Akim, right? Because it is a roller coaster. This truth, we're struggling with, we have thorns in the flesh that we're wrestling with. Let me say it that way. We're wrestling with, and Most High's aware of everything. What you're pushing through, what you're fighting, what you've overcome last week, last month. Last year, what you pushed through, and it's on to the next.
Cool.
Yep.
It says there for the root word, it says able, powerful, mighty, strong, mighty in wealth and influence. Which of course, as we're in this truth as well, we have a very heavy level of influence in the spirit as well, and of course on people even of the world as well, man.
Yeah.
There was this testimony recently on what the brother's name, or the elder brother's name, where he had a dream on the brother who had a stroke recently.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that out. Yeah, that's beautiful. The elder. I know his name. His name. Why do I know his name? Go on.
Yeah, on the brother, the elder brother. The reason why I'm calling him elder
New
brother.
Jersey,
because,
I think he was. Yeah.
He's of course he's way older than me.
Yeah.
So that's
he's our elder. He's our elder, man.
I call most brothers older than me elder brothers. Yeah. Unless they're actually elders as well.
He's an elder though, because the elder Apostle Tahar called him an elder. But go on. Yeah.
So the point is, with the elder brother Arya Khayal.
Yeah.
He had he had of course stroke recently.
Yep.
Of course the apostles have anointed him as well, as we saw in the recent indoor sit down.
Yeah. In the hospital.
Indoor camp. Yeah. And then another brother, I forgot the name of the brother, but sometimes your mind.
Yeah, don't worry though.
He had a dream, but Apostle Tahar did re-upload it where he had a dream where the brother was actually revived, man.
Yeah.
He was revived. He stood up.
I remember that.
He was
that
lean.
Well. Yeah.
He
looked like he said he was big. He looked like a football player.
Calm.
So in other words, another way of saying he recovered and then some.
Yeah.
His body was right again. He was whole.
Calm.
Yeah, go on though.
Yeah, the reason why I was mentioning that because it says mighty in wealth and in influence as well. Through Arachah Kodash. Of course, all brothers believe that he will be, well and he will recover. Of course, he's got to go through the procedures, but nevertheless, we have faith that we know through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yashai, he will be in a mightier state, a stronger state. And that's also a form of wealth as well. Health is a form of wealth.
Yep.
So that's the point right there. It says strong in soul to bear calamities and trials, which, that brother was an example of a major trial that he had to go through. Yep. Imagine. That is not an easy thing of which one can, go through, because, you can't, it's pretty much like you have a hindrance of the brain, which
Oh yeah. I know someone who had a stroke.
Yeah.
And as you say, it's like when you have a stroke, it's
a thorn in the flesh.
It's a thorn in the flesh. We don't have to go into, but the point is that he overcame. He's well, and he passed. The elder Apostle Tahar did say, when you find yourself, come to the truth, prepare yourself for the temptation. Scriptures like that came out on the video, the edifying video in the hospital, and the elder Apostle Tahar said, you've passed the test. And ain't it nice when someone commends you?
Yeah, that was exaltation.
It's nice when someone commends you and acknowledging, you fought.
That was encouragement.
You fought. You doesn't matter. It's not even about overthrowing we win the fight, the battle continues, but we win in fights here.
Yeah.
And the ultimate victor,
Mm.
the victoria is when we are out of this place. That's the battle over. That's the whole battle over. But little fights, little skirmishes, we contend with them. I'm gonna say something.
Okay. I mean, you pretty much said, but I was gonna say, we're facing little battles now,
Can't.
but the war we're gonna win through Yahushua.
Right.
When we again get to those chariots, man.
Yeah. So I use that as well as a teaching moment, just like what we're doing that now. I'm glad you brought it back to my mind, because that was the terror of the Lord.
Yeah.
And the Most High used that as a teaching moment. He put it on stage for us to see, to encourage us, to motivate us, and whatever little challenges that we do, we look at that and say, yeah, I'm gonna carry on then. The one of Yahweh Shem Shai, with the power, as you say. The small battles, we need all of the Most High. We need his attention, and then some. We need 110%. To keeping our medicine strong, and to stay in the kitchen. The
herbs.
Yeah, we get on your herbs.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, because let's just make some practical points. I'm going to use it as a teaching moment as well. What Elder Apostle Tahar said, because he said, brothers, stay on your health, stay on keep your blood pressure. Me, I'm at a certain age now, right, where I got to really be, and we're going to talk about it after. We don't have to talk about everything, but in some way. To find out about how you to just monitor the blood pressure, just my little thing, But the things that you can get from brothers, and we've got brothers in our camp too, that we're learning from their experiences, their journeys, because we learn from iron be sharpening iron. Yeah. We spend a lot of time on this, but it's all in the spirit.
God. It says to be able to do something, mighty, excelling in something, having power for something.
Yeah,
that's
and we look at him, and I know we brothers don't be, brothers are not boastful in any way, but we look at that and we look at him, and we gain strength from that.
Yeah, exhortation, which means encouragement. And that's what the apostles did, with the brother as well.
Yeah.
So we ought to learn from his experience too, man, because he was speaking on it.
Yep, he was speaking himself. On it. Yeah, and he overcame, and he had a vision too. I like what some things are going to stay with me anyway, and that's just the spirit. God. But he said he had a vision about what they were trying to delete him. He said the vision that he had.
Oh yeah, I remember. So look, I remember.
And I've been aware of some of these things that you remember the little letter that one day I'm going to mention the letter.
I remember.
But I don't want to be too quick, and say something that I don't need to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can go about it.
But you got to be, as you said it, never trust your enemy. But yes, there's times, for a want of all things, that's part of the curses.
Oh, yeah.
But not willy-nilly though. But I think that's enough we need to say on that for now. God. Is there more? Let's go back to
read it. Yeah. So verse 4 and 5, this is 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4. Right. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, to the pulling down of strongholds.
Yeah, strongholds, something that gets a hold on you. It's a kind of a carnal, but it's a spiritual example. When you get when the demons attack you at night, what do you call that again?
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. Yeah, we call upon the name. That's like a little example there. Call upon the name. You overcome that. That's your little skirt, your little thing that you won that battle. That little battle there, you won it. Isn't because you took up the shield, as David said, you took up the shield, the sword, and the helmet, and the full suit of armor, and that was your thing.
Yeah.
And when we get up there, Lord willing, that's the ultimate goal. Yahushua gonna be whispering in our ear, and we're gonna say, really? We're gonna say, oh, you saw that? You saw that?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. So read 5 now, Baba Kashaw.
Now it says 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against.
Man. I'm just thinking of one little thing that was annoying, man. It was annoying. I'm going to say it though. That Susan Wojcinski, the YouTube CEO, was messing around. Brothers know them by now. I know brothers was getting the same treatment. Messing around. We was doing a little thing. We was happy to do our little thing, and they was messing around with us, man. But what the Most High do? Deletion.
They took the juice, innit?
Come on.
I think her and her either son.
And her son had C, and he was battling with it for 2 years, and then he eventually succumbed to it.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, and then eventually, so he can take out your family, to give you a warning, and if you still don't heed the warning, then you can get you. If you're trying to hinder this work, this truth, I'm going to read it now. As a matter of fact, no, you read it, Baba Kushar, in the NLT 5 again.
This is 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 5. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing the Most High.
Ooh, that's all in the spirit. I just said that. Go on.
It says we capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey Hamashiach Yahushua.
You're trying to hinder yourself, but then not only that, you're stopping up the kingdom.
Yeah.
Stopping up the kingdom, just like some of these other Power Ranger camps. Stopping up the kingdom for the elect to go through. Yeah. So the Most High, what he would do, he would destroy you. Right? Destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing thy power, our power. He'll get rid of you because you're in the way. You're a hindrance.
That includes Esau.
Right? The ones that have been taken out and the ones yet to be taken out. And we got this Nero, for those that saw the image of the blasphemous image, I'm not surprised, when he put himself up there as some kind of Messiah, healer, and then he eventually took it down. Maybe his visors told him that was a bit stupid, in emotional tweet.
I mean,
that's scoffing. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Because, we know what the scriptures say about Esau wanting to be like the Most High. So Trump is that representation of Esau's desire to be like the Most High. So let me get that precept quickly. And then try and find a point. So Isaiah 14, and I'll start from verse 13. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So, of course, that's his intention. Whatever way that he can achieve that, which will be through his technocracy, obviously rulership via his technology, of course, which is going to be the pinnacle of that's going to be the beast system. The AI infrastructure, the Internet of Things, of course, all links to that implant, that MOTB, Mark of the Beast. All of that would then help him to at least feel the illusion of being like the Most High. Yeah. But again, this is what the Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to do unto Esau. It says in verse 15, Isaiah 14 and 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And of course, hell is really a mind state, man. Of course, when you actually get into it, it refers to the grave as well. But of course, it's a mind state. That's why Israelites, they're in hell, because of all the suffering and the curses that they had to go through, that they are going through. But of course, Esau, Edom, as the tables are turning, they're the ones who are going to be under hell in our kingdom. So in our kingdom, it's going to be our heaven, and of course, it's going to be Esau's hell, as well as the heathens for the other heathen nations for a certain period of time. And that's pretty much it.
All right, so let's go to, I think we're going to just hit that one as well, just to back up what you just read. Micah, or it might
Micah
be
5 or
Malachi. Yeah, we want Malachi. Let's see. Yeah, no, we want Micah 5. Yeah, Micah 5. Hit it from 10.
All right, this is.
I'll tell you what. Let's hit it from 7. Let's hit it from 7. We're gonna get all the meat out of this, and then for the most part, that could be the point. That could be the point. But let's just hit this, because even today was a what did Ice Cube say? Ice Cube, he sang that song. Today was a good day, because he didn't get peeled, as they say, in America. Today was a good day in the spirit of the Lord, and we're in slavery. Someone just come up to me while I was doing my little thing, moving around in the supermarket, and just said, here, with an Irish accent, so I believe it was a J, and just handed me a little voucher. He said, here, take this, I don't need it, so now you could look at that and say, well, okay, man just randomly come up to me and give me a voucher, but I'm thinking a bit more than that, in the spirit that the Most I could just let you know how things come, when things pop off, Jacob's trouble, the famine of the word.
Yeah. Taster.
It's like a little taster to say, keep your head up, bro.
Keep the faith.
It ain't popped off yet. Like, it's not intense, but that can happen where a man or an angel, and I'm not saying he was an angel, but the Most High could put a spirit on a man to come to you, as the scripture says, Hebrews 13, beware, some have entertained angels unawares. So I accepted it. I looked at first, you look at people, and because everybody's so cold nowadays, but that doesn't stop you from being spiritual. And he gave it to me, and I just went and I said, all right, thank you, and I made sure I was polite to him. He said, I don't need it, and he chose me out of all those people in there.
That's the spirit. Yeah.
So another testimony just come to me, but I think that's just the point. Just for the brothers, when things look, and it's a time when you might have certain thoughts. I wonder if I'm worthy. I wonder if I hope I ain't let you down, Mo. You know what I'm saying? And bam, next thing you know, someone's tapping you on the shoulder, and in the spirit of an angel.
Don't let the doubt creep in.
Keep your head up, bro.
That's it. So this is the scripture that matches up with that.
All right.
Because that was a taster for when because people are getting worried right now. Of course, you got the fuel prices. I know there's the fuel prices as well, because of the fact that the oil is involved in producing fertilizer for the food. The ripple effects are going to be felt soon, where people are going to start feeling that famine. Let me just read it. So Isaiah 65, verse 13, it says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." It says, "Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of her, but ye shall cry for sorrow of her, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." So the same way, brothers be going through pain right now, and having to go through the afflictions and sorrows of this life because of the curses and our own actions as a whole of Israel, and also individually too. That's why certain brothers go through certain things. You have your custom path of affliction. Nevertheless, of that pain is going to be flipped to those of the world, including 2/3 of Israel. Wicked Israelites. They're the ones who are not going to be able to eat. Their 3 meals a day. Typically they're going to be struggling, man. That's when ninjas in that time, they're going to be bugging out for real. Because they haven't had their fried chicken and chips. Typically. But yeah, we're the ones who are going to be fed. We're going to be. We're going to have water as well. The same way Israel as well. When Israel was complaining to Moses, I believe at Exodus 15 or 16, it talks about Israel, murmuring because they were thirsty, man. They wanted water. After that great departure, which is what Exodus means. It means great departure. The Israelites, the Most High threw a tree into water to make that water sweet. Well, that's why they named the land area Marah, which means bitter. Of course, again, Exodus 15, chapter 15 and chapter 16. So the same way the Most High saved us then, He's going to save us today as well, man.
Yeah.
That's
something that is undrinkable, supposedly, He can turn it into drinkable.
Yeah.
Something that is unedible, stone,
you
can turn it into bread.
True.
There's another way, the Most High has got, I don't want to say it, but there's many ways to skin a cat, and another way of saying it, the Most High's hand is not cut short, that He can't save. So I mentioned that little testimony today, and it's beautiful how, if you read the signs right, how it can actually lead you to have a positive frame of mind. True. So you can read this one, Daniel chapters 10, and I think this might be the point. This is. I said it was going to be a quick here, and so for the most part, if we hit the point, then we can start rounding up. Daniel chapters 10, and we start with 8.
Alright, Daniel 10 and verse 8. Hold on. This is Daniel chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, "Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned in me."
If they can't hear, read a little bit louder. For those that maybe the little kids in the background there, sitting there. In the spirit, I'm just saying that. Read a bit louder for them too, Ark.
This is Daniel Daniel
not,
10 of
not kids, because that's another word for
goat,
little
goats,
children,
or
young
sheep.
children. Which young children? I remember hearing this. They're just adults, young adults. They're adults.
Yeah.
That's how the Most High sees us. Spirits that are just young to
Yeah.
grow up. Go on, Baba Kusha.
Come on, Daniel 10
Yeah.
verse 8. It says, "Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned in me into corruption, and I retained no strength."
Yep. Carry on. We're getting to the point.
Carry
on. Read into a couple of verses, Baba Kusha.
Right. It says, "Yet heard I the voice of his words, and when I heard the voice of his words, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face towards the ground.
Yep.
And behold."
So hold on, he's down on the ground. I think there's another word for that.
Face toward the ground.
Yeah, when your face is, it's like when it was kind of morning, or just down on the ground, like overwhelmed. He's talking about a vision that he saw.
True.
What verse are you in now at the moment?
Verse 9.
Verse 9. All right. Now I'm looking at it in the NLT. So read that. Read Daniel chapters 10 and verse 9.
In the KJV or
yeah, read it in the, and I'm just looking at it in this because we may look at some of the KJV as well.
So Daniel 10 and verse 9, it says, Yet heard I the voice of his words, and when I heard the voice of his words.
No, Slakya. Yeah, nah, that's the one I'm looking for. 9 in the NLT. Right. Yeah, because it kind of gives you. Sometimes it makes it more clear for us to understand. Mm-hmm. Read on down from 9 in the NLT, and read up to 12, Baba Kusha.
Alright, so this is Daniel chapter 10 verse 9.
Because the Most High's got a way of, you might be feeling a certain way, you see a chariot, right? And then you for the rest of the day, it's a beautiful day. Yep. Like it just turned your day from, as you say, from dark to light. Or someone taps on your shoulder.
Gloomy to
from dark to light, and gives you might be wondering, boy, I'm on a budget right now. And if someone touches you on the shoulder and says, "No, stop it, man. Don't worry about no budget. I'm gonna solve the problem for you." Turn your day around. Go on though.
This is Daniel 10 verse 9. It says, Then I heard the man speak, and when I heard the sound of his voice, I fainted.
See? He fainted, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Daniel was he a strong? I would describe Daniel as a strong man. But when sometimes things are spiritual, when it kind of gets intense, you can faint. You can faint with the spiritual. You can faint sometimes.
Heavy vision.
It's a spiritual thing, man. You know, Daniel fainted, man. I just want to meditate and just take my breath and just think about that for a little bit. Read it again, 9, and then carry on reading up to 12, Baba Kusha.
This is Daniel 10 verse 9. It says, Then I heard the man speak, and when I heard the sound of his voice,
I fainted.
I fainted and lay there with my face to the ground.
And he was just how long was he gonna stay there for? I don't know. Carry on. I don't know how he was gonna how he really do we really know how he really felt though, really and truly?
No.
We're trying to though.
You can only try to understand.
So Daniel's on the floor right now. That's what we're reading, yeah? Carry on.
It says, Just then a hand touched me and lifted me, still trembling, to my hands and knees. So
boy, man, I've had a pet before, Ark, and then I'm just trying to put it in this kind of to understand. Like brothers who've got cats, some brothers got cats, and the cat may be timid it might be a stray cat. It may be what is this person gonna do? Is he another one of those cat haters? I've seen people. I know this. There are cat haters out there. I knew some of them when I was growing up. They was wicked, man. To stray cats, they would do torture. And Edomite, they got it from E. And he probably was. It could have been a tear anyway. The one that I knew, he looked like it was a Jake, but it could have been a tear. Esau be the one that be persecuting and terrorizing and doing all kinds of inhumane things to cats just for the sake of it, sticking pins in them. So we're aware of animals, but we can't fathom the kind of wicked things people do. Because we ain't like that. Jake, for the most part, ain't like that. But the point is, they may have a fear of man. They may be traumatized ever since when something like that happens. It may take time for them to come out of their shell after. And I know brothers who really into the animals. I myself, I'm into animals. We really understand. We kind of see that, and we understand why they have the most. I put a fear of man into them because that's to protect them from the damn devils, Edomites.
True.
They don't fear us, Jakes. They see our aura.
Yeah,
our
they're
spirit.
attracted to us.
They're attracted to us.
That's how it is.
I'm just making that point. Yeah, when you see something that's very timid, and the angels are mighty, man. They, we're just worms to them. And when they intervene, which they always, the scripture says that they're always camping around us.
Yeah, that fear.
Where we would be, they would be our entourage. I'm talking about the elect. You heard of the word entourage?
Well, it's like a helper.
Entourage or bodyguards. Angels are like our bodyguards.
Yeah, go preach something.
Please, Baba Kushar.
Yeah, this is Hebrews 1 and verse 14. It says, and are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? So of course, those ministering spirits are talking about the angels that are sent by Yahushua, to help us, day to day with our afflictions and things that we need help with.
Yeah.
And of course, it says to minister, to help for them who shall be heirs of salvation. That's where you talk about the elects of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, which you say Yahweh Tazar, Yahweh willing that we are those men as well.
Yeah. And they always be for the most part, yes, we do have to go through things. Sometimes we fall when we got to get up and rub ourselves better and come and as Job say, as the angel said to Job, gird up thyself like a man.
Yeah.
There's times when they do let us. The scripture says that they don't let us go beyond what we can bear. But when it gets too hard or too much in our minds, they just take over. The entourage or the bodyguards. You heard of the word bodyguard or secret service. That's what they intervene for us. Oh, another vision. One more quick one. This was that today was real. This was a vision that was a way of reminding me. I remember that I had someone circling. This was like around my local era. It was a vision, and someone was like trying to watch me or spy. Could have been an agent. In the Matrix movie, the agents they shape shift. And he was outside my door, and I'm thinking, he's right outside my door, and I know I got to get into my house. Right? Yeah, no, laugh. It's all right. You can laugh. Sometimes the Most High wants us to laugh, Ark. But it was the vision that I was having, and I've probably dealt with some similar in my life, in my family, without getting into too much detail. But the person, is gonna be unnamed, was trying to intimidate me and stay outside my house so I couldn't get home. What happened? The angel came to me, right? And I remember it very clear, especially now as I'm speaking now. The angel came to me and said, "What are you doing?" And the guy we went over to the guy outside my front door. The angel was about 10 foot tall, Ark.
Oh boy.
And the guy couldn't do shit. And he had to move out of the way and let me go in my yard, bro. So, we're talking about entourages and the angels intervene when it gets too intense for us. I couldn't that person was intimidating me, and maybe he was bigger than me in the vision. I needed some assistance. You gonna say that?
Yeah, that can be considered like a monitoring spirit, man. Them spirits that always try to watch you, trying to know where you're at. Yeah. Typically for brothers, it could either be their women or, parents for some of us younger brothers.
Yeah.
They always want to know what's going on.
Or brothers or sisters.
Yeah, literally that as well. They always want to know what's going on, what's up with you. But, they ain't got to know nothing, man.
Yeah. Are you getting too big for, like, because what they call it in family, they call it, hold on, the word's going to come to me. What did Michael Jackson had? He had family. They call the word sibling rivalry. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me just. Okay. I'm just curious. We're on the point, but I haven't used. I want to wake chat up just for this one. Baba Kushar. Sibling rivalry. Let's just ask the question here. Don't forget where you at. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got it.
All right. Let me ask the question to chat. Hi, chat. Can you describe for me the word sibling rivalry?
Of course. Sibling rivalry refers to competition, jealousy, or tension between brothers and sisters. It's really common in families, and it can happen over things like attention, achievements, or even possessions.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal, but the way it's managed or resolved can really shape family dynamics.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat. That's enough for now.
Yeah, man.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, it was like, there was this little children's show I used to watch back in the day when I was younger, man, back in primary school. It was called Horrid Henry over here in the UK. I don't know if they got it, then in America, but you had Perfect Peter. They always use alliteration. Perfect Peter, and you got Horrid Henry. Perfect Peter was the golden child, and you got Horrid Henry. That was like the black sheep, man. But he had his own. He was rebellious in his nature as well. But of course, his parents, they didn't really favor him as much as they favored Perfect Peter, man. But that represents how the household is, typically in Jake, man. You got us being the black sheep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the. I know what you're saying, but in spiritually we would be the chosen sheep. But that's the term they use.
True.
I remember someone said something about that. I said, that's true. You got a point. That's the term that Esau used. Anything that bad is black. But I know. Carry on though. Make the point.
Come on.
And they know too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just that representation, like that show that I was talking about. It represents how, you got certain ones of which the parent has favoritism towards.
Yeah.
And of course, you got another one who's just, disbanded and just cheated like complete, utter shit, man.
So it becomes jealous.
Yeah, exactly. If you ain't got the spirit of Yahweh Shimmy Shai, that's when, that's child either cuts them off or goes to do something stupid.
Yeah. And
so,
even.
Yeah.
No, I remember listening to Michael Jackson's upbringing, which he was just a singer and entertainer. But he when he was interviewed by Oprah Winfrey, you can even pull up that anybody, just to get the point. He said his father used to beat him. He was the what you call it, the golden child or
him.
His father used to beat him because he was the best
singer to discipline him.
Him, and he was extra hard on him.
Okay.
But because he was the what they call it, the cash cow, they say there was some sibling rivalry. He said that, and so he said when he got his own place, the Michael Jackson Never Neverland Ranch and stuff, he didn't want to be in contact with his father anymore. Because of what he says, and
trauma.
Even the trauma and the abuse. So so that could be termed as abuse. Yeah. So he felt as though his brothers may have had jealousy, so he kind of distanced himself from the abuse. If that was true, then understandably you would. But also, you had Joseph too. Yeah. Which he was. You could say that was trauma. It was all part of the Mosai's movie. Yeah. When they supposedly deleted him, but they didn't delete him in the end. By the time they said they got goat's blood and dipped his coat because Jacob loved Yosef. Joseph was his favorite, and because he was he had visions and dreams. And he gave him the coat of many colors, and the brothers were jealous because of it. So they said let's do away with him. But anyway, they didn't do away with him. They ended up saying that they sold him to slavery, and they devised the plan to say that we found his coat with blood, and it was them that got rid of him. They sold him to the Ishmaelites. But that once again, that was all part of the movie. But he grew up as an Egyptian, but then he come to realize that it was all part of the movie. He forgave them in the end, but that goes back to sibling rivalry, how his brothers felt about him. That's in Yahshua Allah as a people, and that can come through just to the mere fact that he was beloved by his father Jacob. So that's sibling rivalry. Now you read it again, and then we'll get back on point. Sibling rivalry could be very traumatic, man. You just read it because I don't know if they heard it. The cool sibling rivalry. Just read it.
It says sibling rivalry refers to competition.
Because I've come out of that in my family. Let's just be honest. Yeah. You're dealing with, we got in some kind of shape or form. It's good that we understand these type of things, bro. Because once again, when we get crowns, because is it really worth it? But no, we're gonna know it's worth it when Yehoshua puts crowns on our heads.
Yeah.
And he whispers in your ear things that you probably forgot. He didn't forget.
Past lifetimes.
Past lifetimes.
Can't forget about that.
It gets deeper, but anyway, after this we're gonna hit a couple of scriptures. We don't want to get. It's getting a bit heavy. It's getting a bit heavy. But
says,
yeah, God.
Sibling rivalry refers to competition, jealousy, tension between brothers and sisters. It's really common in families, and it can happen over things like attention, achievements, even possessions. It's pretty normal, but the way it's managed or resolved can really shape family dynamics.
Yeah, because even Michael Jackson said sometimes, I remember he said this, sometimes fathers don't know the extent and the damage that they can cause of the abuse. He was traumatized. He was never the same again, you know.
Yeah.
It made him do all kinds of things, even when you get into the psyche of it.
Yeah.
But it made him be an overachiever. What did happen to Yahusha? He was an overachiever in the spirit.
He was favored as well.
He was favored. You know, the Most High, as you say, catapulted him.
Yeah.
Because of what he, as you say, on the whole, we are Yahusha.
Yeah.
Us as a people, generally, you could say we're Yahusha in this kingdom here.
Yeah.
And our enemies are the other nations, the jealous brothers, the Goyim nations, who's jealous over us. And he's trying to keep us down, but the Most High, he ain't allowing that. He's gonna catapult us into spiritual stardom, which would be getting into the chariot and ultimately getting them new bodies. Yeah, I know you're holding something.
Yeah, just on a point on Joseph as well. So I'll just read this, because he also understood that it was the Most High's will who made him to suffer through that, so that he could be the one to be able to provide for his family during the time of famine. I'm going to just read this. So it says, this is Genesis 45, which is when he revealed himself to his brothers, which was years after, when he got exalted. He was the second in command of the whole of Egypt. It says, Genesis 45 and verse 6, it says, "For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years." Because remember, in the Egyptians, Pharaoh's dream, 7 years of famine. 7 years of harvest first, before the 7 years of famine. So again, this is 2 years into the famine, 5 years left. It says, "In the which there shall neither be earing or harvest, nor harvest. And the Most High sent me," this is Joseph speaking here, "and the Most High sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance." Despite that, on the surface level, it looked like suffering, like, why am I going through this?
It's a spiritual movie.
Yeah. The Most High had a great intention of it, man. And then, of course, over time, Joseph understood and said, yeah, he sent me before you lot. Of course, he used you lot in a painful way to me.
That was your part of the movie to do that.
Yeah, everyone had their role to play. So it's like, of course, it's painful, but through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yashau, as we get translated into those new bodies, we're going to fully understand why the Most High made us go through all these things.
We're going to get the whole picture.
Yeah. And on that point of Michael Jackson as well, just to support that too, Ephesians 6 and 4, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath."
Heavy, brother.
It says, "But bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." So of course it says, don't provoke your children to anger, man. I think it says something here. There's another version.
Sometimes the fathers be doing that, using them, putting them in Hollywood. That's provoking them. When they put them to be celebrities, Michael, as you say, Michael Jackson, he's just one of many, because there's a whole heap of stories about the trauma that the Hollywood children go through. I used to watch them little documentaries before YouTube was up. There was a whole heap of these kind of things used to come on TV. The children, Macaulay Culkin and all these, you heard of Macaulay Culkin, you heard of a lot of these child stars that the fathers put them through. There's another word of saying they used to put them through the fire and sacrifice them to Molech. Today it's the Hollywood, sacrificing them to Hollywood, the unholy wood, which goes back into the wand. Brothers be getting into that. There's symbolic meanings to all of that, but basically they're selling their children to the Hollywood god, the Hollywood god of sacrifice,
Mm.
which is money. So they get a lot of the time when you get deeper, just like Michael Jackson allegedly was abused, and a lot of them say they have stories that they was abused. Anyway, so as you say, but in the spirit, he was guiding, he was in control, he was guiding the hand, because he was the one that was as you say, the cash cow. They use that term today in the world, but that was a cash cow in the spirit. Yahusat was the cash cow. Because what did he say? Read it one more time and then let's get back to one more time, Baba Kushar. Right, some heavy scripture, that one there.
Genesis 45 and hold on. Yeah, verse 7 to the point, it says, and the Most High sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance.
Wow.
And that's when his dream came to pass, man. I think Genesis 37, he had a dream and he told when he was way younger.
Yeah.
He told, Jacob, he told Israel.
Yeah, he told his brothers.
And of course, when I say Israel, because, Jacob was renamed to Israel. He told his father, Jacob, that, y'all are going to bow down to him. Of course, initially, they bugged out a little bit. They're like, who are you for us to bow down to?
He was just interpreting the dream in his own, as you say, it was all the spirit anyway.
So, they didn't understand. But now, of course, Joseph understood, and of course, the brothers would have understood as well.
It came to pass.
Yeah.
So, so what was the point? We was making a point that the moral of the story is, this is the moral of the story, man. That you may be going through something, you may ask questions, I wonder why. Where we was in Daniel's chapters 10. It's going to sum it up back to us and read 11 and 12 and then jump down to 19.
NLT occasion.
In the NLT, because it kind of backs up the point with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is in the heavens now. He's in good state of mind now. He's back in his right mind. He knows he's an Israelite, and all the suffering he suffered just because he was the cash cow. He gonna be in the kingdom, and with his head down for a little while, because he was a 2/3. But he could come through any of our seeds. We don't know, and he ain't gonna be no mega star. He's just gonna be a humble Israelite. Well, let me say he's gonna be waxing fat, and he's gonna have a holy woman, and he ain't gonna be effeminate. He ain't gonna be shucking and jiving for no Amalekite. He's gonna be in his right mind as an Israelite. But so the moral of the story, in Most High's movie, he don't make mistakes. He always ends up good. Yeah.
So this is Daniel 10 and verse 9. In the NLT, it says, then I heard the man speak.
Because that's another thing. One more thing I was thinking. We all think that we're here to dance and shuck and jive for the Edomites and play basketball. Even some of us growing up, you can dance, and the white woman love it when you can do some dancing and spinning and all of that. And that's your claim to fame. Or you can kick some ball, or you can dunk a ball. That ain't gonna be our claim to fame. We're gonna be Yahshua Allah. Yah, He, Shah, Prince, Allah, power.
Yep, He, Prince, power.
We gonna be as gods.
That's it.
Right? And women gonna be, we the call these women when they flock to men today. The VIP and all of that, they'll be flocking to us. We ain't gonna have to dance for them to like us. No. Some of us was doing all of that foolishness. Anyway, let's get back on the point. The point done made.
You want to be. So Daniel 10 and verse 9, it says, in the NLT, it says, then I heard the man speak, and when I heard the sound of his voice, I fainted and lay there with my face to the ground. Just then, a hand touched me and lifted me, still trembling, to my hands and knees. It says, and the man said to me, Daniel, you are very precious.
Is that 12 in the NLT?
This is 11 up here.
All right, in the NLT. Carry on. Read up to 12 and then jump down to 19, and we go end with that unless you got anything else to bring out.
So Daniel 10 and verse 11, it says, and the man said to me, Daniel, you are very precious to the Most High. So listen carefully to what I have to say to you. Stand up, for I have been sent to you. When he said this to
we
me,
can pray. We can pray sometimes. You pray, you're thinking, I ain't gonna answer my prayer. You prayed in the night, you get up in the day, you go throughout your day. You're not feeling you're not firing on all cylinders like you might usually are. and then you most likely send an angel or a man in with the spirit of an angel to get you out of a jam. And I'm pretty sure that you think about it, you probably had them kind of things too in your own on your journey. We've had them on our journeys. Yeah. So that was the Most High sent that. His movie. Yeah.
This is Daniel 10 and verse
12, man.
Yeah, 12. Go on. Yep, it says Daniel 10 and 12. Oh no, actually still like I didn't finish 11.
Alright, so like
Daniel 10 and 11 says, and the man said to me, Daniel, you are very precious to the Most High.
Yep.
So listen carefully.
See, we could spend time on that, but time is moving on. We can do it to another time. Because really, these are things we don't want to brush over these types of things here. But you get the idea. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm precious, man. Boy, the Most High can make you. He can do that, man. He can make you feel like He lifts us down. He puts us down. He lifts us up.
Yeah. Sometimes, Salaki, sometimes he can have a random vessel walk by you, just to mention something like sometimes you can even be a drunk Edomite or something, or someone else like that. It says you're a shining star, something like that. You just walk past. He says,
"Don't get me started on that, brother."
He says you're a shining star.
Don't get me started on that. And
that's in the spirit, man. That's the Most High put the spirit upon him to just shout out, "You're a shining star." So that you should liken as little signs.
Little signs,
from
right?
Yahweh Shem Yahushua that you are favored.
Yeah, there's another saying about drunk people. Drunk people talk the truth. I heard that a long time ago. Drunk people talk truth.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's another one there. Little gem there.
True say.
Come on.
So it says, stand up, for I have been sent to you. When he said this to me, I stood up, still trembling.
See?
Then he said, don't be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day you began to pray for understanding.
See?
And to humble yourself.
See what I'm saying? If you just automatically had understanding, do you need to pray for it?
No.
So you don't use them noble people in the world who just, I don't need no one. Sometimes you may need to pray for certain revelations.
Sure.
Or breakdowns. Humble yourself. Sometimes it might be fasting that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And the Most High, he remembered that. He said, you think I forget? Yeah, carry on.
Yep,
He's letting him know. Yeah.
Yep, don't be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day you began to pray for understanding and to humble yourself.
That could have been last year.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
But go on, man.
It says, and to humble yourself before your power.
Yep.
Your request has been heard in heaven. I have come in answer to your prayer.
Yeah, because it's all on his time.
True.
It's not happening. What's going on? It was on the most. He said you mentioned it to me. Doesn't say when, but he said you mentioned it to me. From that time you mentioned it to me, I was listening. I noted it down.
Yeah.
Oh, let me say. Oh no, I got another testimony. For the Lord willing, if it comes out in the spirit, another time. This is a quick hit. Jump down to 18 and read that one and 19 in the NL2, and then that could be the final scriptures. Unless you've got anything else you want to bring out.
This is Daniel 10 verse 18. Then the one who looked like a man touched me again, and I felt my strength returning.
Hold on a minute, bro. Sometimes you go to the gym, you still don't feel strong, bro. You take some, what they call it, creatine. You sometimes take herbs and you still don't feel strong.
It's the Most High makes the herbs and the resources.
I've heard stories, bro. Sometimes the herbs, you don't feel better straight away. You might not feel better.
Yeah.
As you just said there. See, sometimes that's what is necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last one, 19.
Go on, Daniel 10 and 19. It says, don't be afraid, he said, for you are very precious.
Said it again, and he said it in, was it 9 and 10, he said it, and then he repeated it to him.
Yeah.
Because maybe it went in that ear and came out the other one.
To emphasize, yeah.
What is the elder apostle Gababi saying? Repetition for emphasis. Sometimes a person will be you might tell him that, and he still don't believe it, bro.
Yeah.
Trauma, many reasons why.
True.
Trauma, this kingdom, and your boss, your boss keep belittling you, your teacher belittling you. You ain't gonna be shit. You ain't gonna matter shit. That you heard that more. You heard that more times than you heard that you were desirable. So The Most High has to put a balance back, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, that's just the point there.
Says, don't be afraid, he said, for you are precious to the Most High. Peace, be encouraged, be strong. As he spoke these words to me, I suddenly felt stronger and said to him, please speak to me, my Lord, for you have strengthened me.
I'm speechless, bro. It's self-explanatory. Enough said for me. I just wanted to put that vibration out there. This truth is tearing down strongholds, and it's the truth, not us. The word of the Lord, the Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, not us. So we give the glory and the power to the Most High. You close out, Bible If you got anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, not really. No, that's the point, really. Just it's through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, that's how we're strengthened, and that's what we've got to keep in mind to the very end. That's really it. You want to close out?
Yeah.
So Yaratazar, you find it edifying and exhorting as well. Just go and close out by saying Kal Halaim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Once more, double honors to the great most apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Barakatah.